Hey, party people. So, I want to talk a little bit about NFC today. I've been getting a lot of questions on our blog and on some of my video reviews asking me why NFC is so often broken on the different devices that have employed it. And I think what's been most frustrating for a lot of consumers out there is the fact that NFC has often been misrepresented and what it's actually capable of doing. For those of you who don't know what NFC is, NFC stands for Near Field Communications, and it's a very short-range radio. NFC specifically is designed to do very simple tap-and-share kinds of communication. If you've ever used an app like Bump, you can just tap the back of two phones together and share very tiny little snippets of information. And also, if you're using a product like a Samsung Tactile or some other kind of NFC tag, you can program these tags to control features on your smartphone to like turn off Wi-Fi or to turn on Bluetooth or to share contact information. You can store, say, a contact card on one of these, tap it to the back of your phone, and your phone will now do something like turn off Wi-Fi, turn on Bluetooth, or transfer contact information. Where we start running into problems with NFC are in some of the expanded features for NFC. So NFC is really good at customizing things like your smartphone's Wi-Fi radio. So Samsung has built a proprietary system to share large files using NFC. Between two Samsung devices, you have a service called S-Beam, and this is proprietary to only Samsung devices. So you can't use S-Beam between a Samsung phone and a Nexus phone. You can't use S-Beam between a Samsung and a Pantech Android phone. And you certainly can't use S-Beam between a Samsung phone and a Windows phone. What is happening with Samsung S-Beam? NFC is communicating between these two devices that you want to share a large file, like a picture or a video. And so NFC does all of the pairing to create a Wi-Fi direct file transfer. So you can tap the two, click to send, and then you can watch as the file sends really quickly between these two devices. That is not NFC. NFC is actually a very slow radio, maximum file transfer speed of only around 400 kilobits per second. And that's maximum. You're probably not going to get that. So if you were to try and share a video over NFC, you would have to keep the two phones touching for a really long time. And if you move them just slightly, you're going to lose that NFC connection. NFC is actually a really poor solution for sharing files, but it's very good for setting up all of the pairing that needs to happen between two devices to securely send a file over some other kind of wireless radio. For example, on Windows Phone, built into the operating system is an NFC protocol so that when you tap and share two devices, it will automatically send a file over Bluetooth. But again, that's not NFC. That's NFC setting up a Bluetooth file transfer. So especially for those of you who have tried to share a picture or a video with a friend and you have one kind of phone and they have a different kind of phone, if these phones have some kind of proprietary file transfer solution, it's not going to work across different phone manufacturers. You can't use S-Beam with an HTC, a Motorola, a Pantech, or even a Nexus device. High-speed wireless file transfer isn't really built into the Android operating system. Yeah, we have Wi-Fi Direct, but it doesn't really work very well yet, and it's kind of buggy. I really want you guys focused on what NFC can do well, and think very small pieces of information. So if I want to share a website, tapping two phones together, even a Windows phone and an Android device, I can share a web link. I can share GPS location data. I can share my contact information. Those things work very, very well across all devices and operating systems using NFC. The second you start getting into file transfers, if there's more information than can fit on the text of a business card, it's probably not going to work over NFC. So I have to throw a kudos out to Microsoft because they built into Windows Phone 8 a Bluetooth file transfer protocol for NFC, which means it doesn't matter what manufacturer your phone came from, you can tap two of them together and transfer files over Bluetooth, which is pretty great. Unfortunately for the Android ecosystem, no such solution exists, and Google still hasn't built one into Android. So you're always working with proprietary solutions for each manufacturer. You know, Samsung has S-Beam, Pantech uses some weird Wi-Fi Direct. I don't really know what's on an HTC, but recently we reviewed an app called SuperBeam, which does allow you to use NFC to initiate a Wi-Fi file transfer over any NFC-enabled Android device you might be using. Well, I hope you have found this informative and entertaining, or at least I hope that this is somewhat better explained some of the confusion people have been having with what NFC can do and what NFC can't do. For me, I know often this has been running into the misconceptions of what NFC is actually doing when you see commercials with tapping and sharing. Being able to tap your phone at a kiosk and to pay for something off of your phone is something a good chunk of the world is already enjoying, and something I really hope we Americans can kind of catch up on. And if you've been having issues using NFC on your phone, drop me a comment down at the bottom. Maybe I can try and help you out. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a good one.